Good evening, Albertson family. I wanted you to see the attic as I saw it today. And the first thing that I wanted to point out here, well, of course, this is obviously the lower attic. This is your attic here. Just wanted you to get a feel for how much insulation you have overall. And then you can see where the insulation sort of stops, and that's that front porch area that you all that you have over the front door, and that doesn't need to be insulated, so that's normal. And right off the bat here, the first thing that I wanted you to see here is one of your supply boots, and this is the one I think over that front kitchen window. And I showed you the picture earlier, but you could just really see here how it's just naked, and then that area around the drywall, that huge crevice and crack, is a place where a lot of air escapes. So I wanted to show you a few ways that we treat these ducts, and you're going to be able to see here in a minute. But first I wanted to just make sure that I went straight over to the top of the kitchen oven. And I took a picture, and you can see here where there's just a huge gap around that duct, and that's just another place that heat from the kitchen is going to escape. And I wanted you to see a picture there and then an actual video of how we seal those areas with the foam. And we were talking about that earlier, and this is exactly how we do it. And you can see what Yvonne is doing. He's just going around. Now, this attic doesn't have any insulation. Yours does, so we have to work around it. But it's the same concept. We just want to make sure that all of those areas are sealed and taken care of before you add insulation. And now let's take a look at that main supply duct, that plenum that's coming out of from the basement. And you can see how the smaller round ducts sort of come off of it. And as I mentioned, the connections there need to be sealed, and this is how something like that would look. You can see how we can dress up an older duct system with new insulation and tighten things up with foam as well. But you can just see how the jacket there is just off, and this is one that was very similar to yours, and you can see how we repaired it. Here I measured the overall insulation. As I mentioned to you, it's about 8 inches. And this is what it's going to look like if you do decide to have the attic insulated. When we get it to R49, you can just see that it's a nice level blanket. And then I wanted to also just quickly have you take a closer look at that connection point. And you can even see here where the duct is also still just not quite insulated all the way close to that closet area. And I took a picture here inside behind that insulation, and you're going to see here that of course that's the drywall. On the other side is the closet, so there's no insulation there. That's just a huge thermal bypass. It's a huge area where you're just going to lose a lot of energy. So that area needs a lot of love. And that's that old hatch there that needs to be insulated and sealed off. Well, let's see here. The last thing that I think I wanted to show you was your roof. Yeah, I just wanted you to get a feel, and you can rewind the video. A few soft spots there on the back side. And this is still down in the lower attic area. And as I recall from my visit today, I looked back at the photos. It did look like the back side was a little bit more in rough shape than the front side in terms of the shingles. So you're going to want to be mindful of that as you navigate through the process of getting insulation.